Happy New Year, everyone. Now that we have taken the time to reflect through our graphical organizer, it's time now to put what we said on paper in digital form. So I've provided this vision board for you, and I prefer that you keep the background as plain as it is because what's going to stand out more is what you're adding to it. So for right now, I have, of course, the Hello 2024, which, of course, is hard to believe. It's already 2024, but I digress. Also, I have some push pins, and you can always add push pins by just holding, just clicking on it and hitting Control C and then Control V, which is to copy and paste. And of course, these push pins are movable. And what you're going to do is this is where you could be able to add whatever you need to add. So, for instance, if you want to create a shape that you want to just write something in, you could just click on shape and say you want to do a thought bubble. And here's a little cloud. And you could just put a little cloud there. Of course, whatever default, you may change it to whatever color you want to. I mean, clouds are normally white, and you could just do have a white cloud, or you can outline that cloud in whatever color you want. Of course, my favorite color is purple, so I'm just going to do a little light purple like that. And of course, with every shape, you can enter text. So it doesn't matter what size text you use as long as it kind of fits within that piece. So you can also change the font. And it doesn't matter what font you change as long as you kind of keep it in a way that can be legible to you. And of course, I'm sharing this slide with you. So of course, you'll have a copy. I'll have a copy, but you're not going to instantly turn it in. So if you just want to choose a font and then you choose a font size, you can go ahead and write down what you want. So I'm going to write down just a phrase. And then what I did was with the push pin, I could just put it here to just kind of symbolize if you were online. And you just bring it to the front, and it looks like you just tack that onto that cork board. Now, can you use pictures? Well, of course. So the way that you're going to do that, and without going all the way into Google and all the way back, which you can, but another way you could do that is you go to insert, you go to image, and now you can insert from the web, which will open up Google Images. So if you just want to type in something, and of course I'm going to, and you can just click and drag that picture. And of course, it's going to come out large, but you could always reduce it to whatever size you need. Because with a cork board and with a vision board, you can make it whatever you want to make it. And I would just make sure I would bring your push pin to the front. There you go. And that way it looks like you're pinning things as you go. Now, another interesting feature that was recently added, if you notice, is your GIF and sticker. So you can put and you do the same thing. You just click and drag, and you can add whatever it is by searching up here at the top, search for it, and then you can add whatever you want. But of course, make sure that whatever you're adding, it does relate to it, and you're not just using it to, oh, let me just add something to be adding something. So you don't want to do that. All right. So as you see, I'm already started this. This is not my official one. I'm going to create one to show you a little bit later because I want to take personal time to do this, but I wanted to give you an idea of a couple of things that you can add to it. And like I said, you can do whatever you need to do to make your vision board yours personally. Remember, you're not to impress me. You are to impress yourself. So that way, when you have your vision board all finished, you could be able to always go back and refer to it. You may decide, hey, I don't need that gift to be that large, so I can reduce it to whatever size I want to. And also, just note that you can always group things so that if you want to move things, you just cover both the images and you type group, and it moves it around without having to move everything from one side to another. So that's also a good thing you could do. So with all your signs, you can always just take your mouse and cover both sides of it, both images together, and you just put it in a group. And that way you can just move it around without having to say, oh, okay, I got to do this, then I got to do this. There's some extra steps. So there's going to be some throughout time. Just play with it a little bit, see what you like, what you want to put down. Always have a plan before you put this into your final organization. So, of course, as always, I like you to have fun with this activity. If you have questions, it is the perfect time to ask me through Google Classroom or when we have independent study. And enjoy.